How's it going, guys? It's K-Cars, and today we're going to be installing a brand new side skirt on my Dodge Challenger ScatPack here. Now, this is something that I've been talking about for almost a year now, so I'm really excited to actually do this. Now, the side skirt that we're going to be installing is from ZL1 Add-ons. So originally, around 2 or 3 years ago, I bought the driver's side and passenger side skirts from ZL1 Add-ons for my Challenger here. And if you guys remember, around a year ago, the driver's side actually got ripped off. So let me go ahead and show you guys what that looks like right now. So if you look right over here, this is the passenger side of the car, and we have the side skirt sitting right over there. In my opinion, I really do like how these things look. So let's go ahead and walk over to the driver's side, show you guys what that looks like. So right here, obviously you can see that the side skirt is missing. Now basically what happened is that I installed both sides, of course, but the driver's side, I guess, it got loose over time. The front of the side skirt was actually hanging down. So whenever I hit a bump, it just kept like flopping up and down. Well, one day I hit a bump that was so big that, the side skirt just hit the road and it just ripped the whole thing apart. So luckily the damage isn't too bad, but if you look right over here, you can kind of see that there is a little bit of a bulge right here on this little plastic part. So that's the only noticeable thing, but to be honest, I don't think anybody would actually be able to notice this unless they're actually looking specifically for it. So of course today we're going to be installing a brand new driver's side skirt on my 2016 Dodge Challenger ScatPack. So originally whenever I purchased the whole kit, so both driver and passenger side of the side skirts, those were $230 from the ZL1 Add-ons website. And then whenever I asked them, I literally just reached out to their customer service, told them what happened, that my driver's side skirt just got ripped off, and I was wondering if I could just get a brand new, only the driver's side. So they sent that out to me, and just the driver's side by itself was $155. Of course, right here we do have the brand new side skirt right over here for the driver's side. And then in this little white pouch right here, we have all the brackets that go into the holes that you can see in the side skirt. The install of this is actually pretty simple in my opinion. So the brackets that are in the white pouch literally just go through the holes right there. And then the brackets literally just like pinch onto the pinch welds using a Allen wrench. I installed both of the side skirts originally a few years ago. My only issue was that there wasn't really enough room for me to actually work underneath the car. So obviously if you have a jack or a lift or anything like that, it would be much easier just to give yourself some more room to actually work underneath the car. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and pull out all these brackets and show you guys what they look like, and go ahead and put them onto the side skirt and get them ready to install. All them out here. Of course they are all wrapped up here, so we're going to have to obviously take all this tape off, which is pretty secure. So let's go ahead and just do that real quick here. So we got all the brackets out of the package here. So if you'll notice, we have 4 of these smaller ones, and then one is a little bit larger. So of course the larger one is going to go on the front right over here. So of course, as you can see, this hole is larger than all the other 4 holes on this thing. So this is going to go literally just like this. And of course we do have to loosen this little lock nut in here to actually enable this to go through the hole just like that. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Alright guys, so one thing I did want to point out here is that, of course, this textured surface is going to be the top of the side skirt, and this little, the glossy surface is going to be for the bottom. Let me show you guys the current side skirt that we have on here just to kind of illustrate what I mean. If you look right here at the passenger side skirt that I have on the car currently, you can see it's very dirty here, but the textured part is actually on top. And if you look on the bottom, not sure how well this is going to show up, but you can kind of see that the bottom part here is more smooth and it's not really textured like this is. So of course on this new side skirt, same thing. So we have the textured finish here on top, so that's how you know it's going to be the top. And then for the bracket here, as you can see, I did screw in the screw all the way in just so that it can actually go through the hole. So let me illustrate that for you guys right here. As you can see right there. Of course, if the screw was not completely screwed in, they would be coming out and sticking out of this side a little bit, and that would not allow it to go through the hole here. So of course, you know, as you can see right there, if the screw was sticking out, it would not be able to clear the hole just like that. And then something else that I wanted to point out is that here you can see the hole that the screw is going to come out from. So you want this side to be on the inside of the car. So if we look at the side skirt as a whole, you can see this is the top portion of the side skirt. This is going to be the outside, and this is going to be the inside of the car. So like I said, you want the screw to be like screwing out towards the inside of the car, just so you can actually screw it in once you actually get it into position underneath the car. So what I'm going to do right now is put each of these brackets into their locations in the side skirt. And you know, once I put it through the hole, I'm going to unscrew the screw that's on the bracket here, just so they stay in place. So let's go ahead and do that right now. All right, so here we have the bracket with the screw screwed all the way in so that it can go through the hole here. And of course, this is the front, this is the top, and this is the outside, this is the inside. So of course, you want the screw to be able to come out on the inside. And that's just so you have access to actually be able to screw it in once it's in place under the car. So like I said, we have this one in place. Now I'm going to unscrew it just so that it'll stay in place and it won't keep falling out of the hole. Gonna screw it out just so we have enough room for the pinch welds to actually go inside the bracket there, so it actually has something to latch onto. So as you guys can see right there, we have the screw, you know, coming out of the bracket right there. Then if I lift it up, the bracket won't fall out. So now we're going to go ahead and do the same exact thing with the remaining 4 brackets. As you see right here, we did get all the brackets installed onto the side skirt. So once again, just to repeat myself, you want to make sure that the screws are going to be facing towards the inside of the car. So of course, as you see, we have all that on all the 5 brackets here. And you want to make sure that once you get the brackets into the hole, you want to unscrew the screw just so the actual pinch weld can fit into the bracket just like that. So we have all the brackets on here with all the screws unscrewed. So the next step is to actually install it. So right here we have the side skirt right underneath where it's going to be installed. Now I think one mistake that I did, and possibly a reason of why my previous side skirt got ripped off and loose, is because I installed it underneath the rock guard. So of course it's just supposed to sit flush with the rock guard, and I installed it a little bit too far up and it was just sitting underneath just like that. I'll show you guys the passenger side here to show you what I'm talking about. Now of course, this side, I haven't had any problems with this side getting loose at all. And as you can see, I did install it flush with the rock guard, just how it's supposed to be. And you can see it's holding on pretty well and haven't had any issues with this coming loose at all. All right, so we're under the car here. As you can see, I wanted to give you guys a look at where the side skirt is actually going. So like I said, my only complaint about this install is just that there's literally no room for me to actually like work under here. As you can see, my chest is basically touching the car while I'm under here. So of course, if you have a lift or a jack or anything like that, it would make it a whole lot easier. So right here is the pinch weld. This is what your brackets are actually going to be pinching onto. So if I show you guys a little look under here, you can see the pinch weld is right there. So your brackets are just going to be going and pinching onto the pinch weld like that with the screw. And I wanted to show you guys also where my previous side skirt got ripped out. So if you look, if I can kind of wiggle through here and show you guys, if you look right over here, that's where the screw was for the previous side skirt that I had. You can kind of see that it just like scraped off whenever it got ripped off by that bump. And I'm not sure if you can see, but right over here, this is where the other screw scraped the pinch weld. And then of course, it goes all the way back here. See that? And then there's 2 more back here as well. So you can pretty much get an idea of where the side skirt is going to go and how it's going to attach onto the pinch weld here. Basically, once we get it into place, you know, of course the brackets are going to be pinching onto this piece of metal, this pinch weld right here, and then we're just gonna screw in the screws on the bracket to actually pinch onto the metal. And that's how it's kind of like installed. Like I mentioned, the whole install process is pretty simple. So let's go ahead and get started with the actual install. All right, let's see how this goes. All right, so I'm going to put the first two brackets on the pinch weld here, just to make sure I have it in the right spot. And of course, this first one is giving me issues already. And I think that's because I was trying to install it under the rock guard here. So let's try this. Okay, that should be good right there. Got the second one in. Alright, so it seems like you kind of just have to find the sweet spot here for where these brackets go on the pinch welds. But as you can see, I got this first one seated onto the pinch weld here, and we got it flush with the rock guard up front here. So I'm going to go ahead and screw this in the best that I can. Trying to hold it here with my other hand. Seems like it's on there pretty well right now. Go ahead and tighten it up. Should be good. I'll go ahead and tighten all of them up once we get them all seated onto the pinch welds here. That one should be pretty good right there. Now we can go ahead and move on to the second one. All right, we got the second one in there. Let's move on to the third. All right, so we got the second to last one here. It's super tight under here, barely any room, but managing pretty well here. Last one's gonna be pretty difficult though. Alright, so we got it pretty tight. I'm actually going to try to get a longer Allen key because this little 9-degree angle isn't long enough to actually reach the screw right there. Alright guys, so here we are on the last one. I did get it most of the way tight, but this one was the most difficult because there's not really enough room for the Allen wrench to fit and go like a full circle around here because of this 90-degree, this part sticking out. So I just had to go like basically just a half turn at a time to get it tight. I'd say that's pretty good. It seems like it's pretty solid on there. Let's see if we can get this 90-degree part on the actual screw here to tighten it up. But probably not, because I haven't been able to get it on the other screws this way either. Alright, so this one got on there pretty well. Try to get a few more turns here. Alright, so I'd probably say that's good enough, and I'm going to go through all 5 brackets and just tighten down the screws one more time. Alright guys, so we got all the brackets tightened down.
Now I'm just going to go through each one by one and just kind of tighten it a little bit more. So going to be using this little 90-degree piece to get more leverage on it to give you some more like strength to tighten it down. So just like that. So I'm going to go through each bracket here and just tighten it down a little bit more. And then I'll go ahead and get out of here and show you guys what it looks like.
Alrighty guys, so here's the finished product of the driver's side of the side skirt here. I got all the brackets tightened down here, and we can see it's, you know, it's holding up pretty well. And of course I made sure to make it flush with the rock guard up here instead of putting it underneath. So show you guys all the way down here what it looks like. So here you can get a view of the back of the side skirt right here, you know, holding up pretty well just like the front. So overall I think it turned out pretty well. Right here you can still kind of see the area right here where this plastic piece is kind of protruding out from the body. That's where the, you know, that's pretty much the only damage that was left after the side skirt got ripped off. So, you know, really nothing too major, and really happy with how this brand new side skirt actually turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this install tutorial of the ZL1 add-ons driver side skirt on my Dodge Challenger ScatPack. If you guys have any questions or comments, make sure to drop those down in the comment section below. And if you guys have any video suggestions for videos you would like to see in the future, make sure to also drop those down in the comment section below. And if you guys like this video or found it entertaining, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.